if it's gonna be a rainy season this year, she was like, that side of the field is gonna flood because she brought up the whole property. She really showed me. She really did. And I was like, I'm not worried about that. Like, we just gonna plant this and we're gonna do this and it's all gonna survive. It really would. And I'm just gonna be honest, I'm telling the truth, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was hard headed, you know,
Mhm.
and she was right. Like, we should have started building that side of the field, you know, with cover cropping and soil and mulch, you know, before we even planted anything there, you know. So it was really like a hard head situation. I wish I would have listened to somebody who went to college for reading
Yeah. Yeah.
property and instead of losing a bunch of money.
Gotcha. Gotcha. We'll put a listen to your wife in the reflections.
Yeah, for real. Like, seriously.
Yeah, always a good thing, man.
Yeah.
Like in say like in the week to month after the storm, is there anything you wish you had known or done differently then?
Man, it's the same thing. That's all that
Yeah,
went through my head. I told her, even when I walked inside of the
you're right.
house,
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "You was right."
Yeah.
That's all. Like she just not to put nothing on that side of the field, you know. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see here. So anything you would recommend to other farms to like help them prepare for similar situations?
basically, just look at your comps. Pull up all your
Mhm,
comps. Look at your property. Figure out
mhm,
it's a flood area. See what area you know sit up the most highs, and then once you figure that out, you want to take that and be like, well, let's fix this soil over here, or we can put elderberries. You know, like start putting different type of native plants in that area and stuff like that. You can start you a whole nother nursery on the wet side of your field because some plants just like being wet, and you just got
mhm.
to find out. So I think that can help people out from the beginning to be like, if they knew their property map. I don't think a lot of people really know that too as well. Pulling up the property map, looking at how the water just wash out through the field, how low is the other side of the field, because you can go on, especially in Western North Carolina, you can go on all your property and dig around, and it's going to be different soil on
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
parts of the property and stuff like that. So, yeah, pull up them comps first on your property. That's like the most smartest thing, I think. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I got a section of my property that's just a constant little spring that flows through it, just comes out of the earth. Like
Yeah.
someone has a fire, like a little garden hose turned on, just constant.
Yeah,
Craziest thing.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Let's see here. So some positive stuff. What do you feel like is going well right now?
Man, the best thing that's going well now is it goes back to everything that we was talking back in the beginning. Is like we basically starting to do the things that we should be doing. And we
Mhm.
started early last year because we was like, hey, we know we're gonna go through this again. So, you know, I'm happy. It shows me that I'm ahead of the game because um I got crops in the ground right now. So I'll
Mhm.
be able to harvest in the middle of May. You know,
Yep.
maybe like the week after Mother's Day, I'll be harvesting like radish and a bunch of green onions and, you know, and greens and stuff, kale and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's the beauty of it right now. And my soil is actually working for itself. You know, I didn't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on fertilizer and stuff like that. Like I feel like the soil, you know, it's actually like, you know, not how they used to be. Like the water just sits, it's draining. So you know,
Mhm.
so that's a good look. You know, the water draining already, and like I say, we added raised beds to the production, so that like that just making everything better as far as like if something happens. So we planning for like the bad part. If it floods, like we got raised bed vegetables. You know, um, the makeup for the area that we planted that same row of crops. You know, so we got this crop in a raised bed in a 4x16 raised bed. So you know, it got a hundred lettuce in there, 100 Swiss chards in there. So we'll be able to keep up with our market garden. So we just trying to plan ahead if anything happened, and I feel like all that is falling in place, you know.
Great. Awesome. Let's see here. What do you think your biggest challenges are right now?
Oh, getting rid of that bamboo.
Yeah, good luck with that.
that no jokes. I'm just being honest. That get rid of.
I feel like you're gonna be saying that until you're an old man.
I'm telling you, man, to get rid of the bamboo. But if it's not the bamboo, I probably say the biggest challenges is it's probably maintaining. You know, like keeping the weeds down and making sure that we don't have another flood. You know. We just trying to work the ground that we won't have like another flood happen. You know, that's what I'm really working on every day.
Cool. Let's see here. Any goals for 2022? Things you would like to see happen by the end of this year?
I basically just rather see more people get in tune with our farm, and that's why I'm dropping more content. Even ASAP is going to be a part of the content that I'm dropping, like you know, kind of documented even together for people can really understand it and to be like, okay, it's actually people out there helping small farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like this year is more about documenting and putting it out to people so they can really understand it, to draw more people into this market, the support people like us, you know, because I think it's not like a visual of like just small growers that just know they Facebook friends or know they local families that they selling to. They don't really see the visual of it every day. To be like, hey, this is what they do. This is how they harvesting our stuff. They washing it. They doing all. It's not like, yeah, you can go on YouTube, but I want to make it that they can have it forever, like in an email or something, you know, or download it from my website, for they can really understand like what we doing and see the different groups that's trying to help us out and stuff like that, but they can really understand it. Cause I don't think a lot of people understand food right now, you know, but they understand the inflation. But I'm basically saying our goal is to get more people to learn about this, you know, where their food come from, what programs are helping these people to perform this, to do this, how much it takes to really organize this project. So, you know, we just gonna attract in more people. And I feel like we can do it because it's written out. Like when I draw things out, it actually works better. It do. Yeah. I got it all in my notes and stuff, and we kind of like knocking some of the keystones out of the way to attract people to really understand it.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, like with a lot of our worldly problems, local food's the solution to a lot of it. The pandemic, inflation right now just makes local food better and better and better every year. And I think folks are starting to wake up to that more and more will.
Yeah.
Like, you know, supply chain issues, like we don't have those as much. You just go out to your neighborhood farm and you're good, you know? Yeah. And like, it's not even going to be folks doing it out of like the goodness of their heart. They're just going to be like, I can't get anywhere else, so I'm going to have to go local now. Yeah. And so like, however they end up there, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't even care who you go spend your money with. I just want you to be introduced to this lifestyle that you don't have to jump in your car and drive so far away and is on the same road that you own, you know. And every gardener, every farmer is damn near one of the nicest people in the world. If they know that you live down the street from them, they just gonna give it to you. They just gonna be like, here, you know.
Yep. Well, don't give away too much, though.
Yeah.
I have the same struggle of just charging my neighbors nothing for stuff. And I'm like, I should probably charge them more, but they're my neighbors.
I know. So. I just gave all my neighbors, I probably gave them like 20 hydrangea bushes, like big bushes too. But I had these bushes for 8 years growing them in the pot, and I've been cloning off of them and selling the cuttings.
Yeah.
But it's spreading it out in my neighborhood. I'm like, well, at least I can just go in their yards and cut a bunch of cuttings when I want, you know.
You're expanding your inventory.
Yeah. Using other people's land for farming. Like I actually learned that around here. Like you can use other people's land to farm, man, because people just want to see pretty. Like I don't have some people pull up like, hey, I got 30 acres. You want to put cows on it? Like they just don't want it just sitting there. It's like people out here want you to use their land if they see you working hard. Like
and it's resiliency too, man. Like, you know, God forbid you get all flooded out again, but like if you have hydrangeas somewhere else or crops somewhere else, you know, you can roll with it. So.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I feel like, you know, it kind of woke up my laziness because see, I had all these elderberry bushes before it got popular. I had all, you know, different type of shrubs and everything, but I never took advantage of it, planting them and like harvest way more, you know, on the business scale. Cause I have made more money off of root selling and plant starters. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's what I love, vegetables and everything like that, but all the money really come from like cuttings. Like people love buying cuttings, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a better markup for sure.
Yeah. And that's what it gets me at, because I'm like, gosh, this is like kind of free and you about to give me all this money, but it's like, it is what it is. I got to survive though. Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a lot of education and know-how and time in that too that you take for granted.
Yeah. I told myself that too. I was like, there's a lot of education, you know.
Yep. You raised that plant baby, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm putting it in somebody else's hand and sending them instructions and boxes, and I got to pay the taxes for it too. So
you got it, man. Let's see here. Long-term goals. What are your goals? Any like big picture goals for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, man, I'm planning on trying to have as many community gardens that we can get, or motivate more people to actually start a garden. You know, that's my goal. I don't even care if you living in an apartment. I'm just trying to like teach people to at least have something in their window, or I'm trying to teach people knowledge like what I have. Like find these people that's out there that got a lot of land, and you know, you can lease it out. You can like, people really want you to use their property if you have a plan. You know, you just can't go out there and say, I want to do this. You really got to have a plan, and people let you use their land. And I'm telling a lot of people that, and they starting to see it, and they driving around and asking their neighbors, and they like, dang, you right. They had all that land the whole time and want somebody to use it. And, you know, and that's what people starting to find out. And 9 out of 10, when people kind of got like a lot of land, I have met nice people. I'm just being honest. People who into gardening and stuff like that, they like some of the most genuine people that you'll ever meet, because I guess they spend time in nature all day and not arguing on Facebook.
Yeah.
They're not in Facebook arguing in the homestead group or something, you know.
I know my head's in a better space when I have my hands in the soil. So I imagine that's true for everybody else. Yeah. So I'm with you though. There definitely seem like better people.
Yeah, it's way better people, man. I'm being honest. And that's what I think a lot of people, they are about to find out. It's here. I don't care what nobody say. It's here. Like, this is probably about to be like it started like maybe, 15 years ago, but now it's like really about to be serious of like, man, because I had a guy write me today, like, hey, I signed my girl up for your garden class. Like, dude, you need to get in there too. Like, I'm basically saying it's getting so real, dudes signing their wives up to be like, hey, come grow this food. Like, we about to die. So it's like people starting to take it serious,
Yeah,
it's funny at the same time. I'm like, wow, it took for all this to come on the TV to be like the stock crash, this, that, inflation. Is like, now y'all want to get serious about it, but I'm here to help y'all out. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think we still have time to laugh about it, but folks probably won't be laughing if they don't do it pretty
Yeah,
soon. Yeah.
yeah, it's a wrap now, man. And then it's a wrap, man. I just know it is. I can see it. Like, it's no way. Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
no
I
way.
hear
Like,
you.
it changed in front of us. A lot of people thought it was gonna be like some crazy, like people running all over the streets, But the system's still the same, but it changed for a lot of other people, and I feel like the people who grow food, it don't affect them because like I was telling this guy today, I don't even go to the grocery store like that because I got the meat. I only got to go get the noodles
Mm-hmm.
and just the little bread, a few other little stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like piling up the cart crazy and have a bunch of stuff going through the store. And I'm like, those people are prepared big time. And it's a lot of us out here, and I'm happy that we all coming together because we used to seem like we was in competition. Like, I'm the
mm-hmm.
coolest. This is what I'm doing. Now everybody like, yo, this ain't cool no more. Like, yo, we got to be helping everybody. Like, let's help everybody out. Like, and it's dope now. It's awesome.
Yeah. I would totally agree with that. I think one of the nice things that's come out of this stinker of a pandemic is that folks are way more willing in the farming field to collaborate and form cooperatives and
Yeah.
figure out how to like ease each other's burden. And that's been really cool to see for sure.
I think that's what was hurting the small farmers. Nobody didn't collab.
Yep. Yep.
Like, especially in Franklin where I live at, like we all got beautiful lands and nurseries over here. Why
Mm-hmm.
none of us is not collabing with each other? Like I was looking at
Yeah.
that crazy. Like we can
Yeah.
provide everybody from my farm to Winding Stair to Dill Farms. My brother Nathan, they getting back into vegetables.
Cool. Cool.
So like they not doing strawberries no more. So like we can damn near feed this whole county, the school and
Yeah.
everything, if everybody just come together and do it.
Why are they getting out of strawberries for?
Man, that wetness,
Gotcha.
it
Yep.
flood. They whole field be underwater every year.
Really?
Every year,
Damn.
it's not one year that I haven't seen at least 30 acres underwater. So it's crazy. And then my greenhouse, like next to their farm too, on the Little Tennessee. So like all of that is just crazy over there. But they doing vegetables. I think Wayne about to get a contract with Ingles, so he about to be providing Ingles and stuff like that. So that's one reason I think they doing vegetables. It's a demand for it, like that's all it is. It's the demand for it.
Yeah.
If you got the land, you got the workers, you can make money off of it. Even as a small grower right now, it's a demand for it. People want to eat healthy, but gas is really messing up everything. I mean to mention that early. That's the only thing that's probably affecting like farming and gardening right now is gas and fertilizer.
Yeah.
That's probably it. But if you
And
cover
that's all-
crop, you don't really need the fertilizer, like I say.
Yep. Yep. That's a tough one to figure out. Yeah. So, hopefully, maybe solar will get cheaper eventually.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I was looking at this it's like an eco-friendly community. They basically go around all the beaches and harvest all the plastic and stuff that wash up on the beach. And they just melt it down with this little thing, and it turns to it turns to diesel. Like they don't do nothing special. All they do is just melt it down and it turns to gas. And like their whole community just thriving off of just plastic. They making clothes, they making furniture, they making gas. I was like, man, they gonna come shut them folks down.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they taking plastic and melting it down and making diesel gas. You know how high diesel gas is right now? Because I was trying to look at because one of my friends, he run this tractor on vegetable oil. He really do. It works. He's been doing it like that for about 20 years. Same tractor. And he just put vegetable oil in it. I never did my tractor like that. I was scared.
Yeah.
Like
That's pretty cool though. Yeah, diesel engines can be converted for sure. And I haven't heard it on tractors, but like why not? That's super neat. Yeah.
yeah, you can. One engineer guy hit me up, and I ain't. My wife was like, "Don't do it. You're gonna go to prison." He was gonna turn. I was gonna get an old tractor from my wife dad, and he was gonna generate it into like the run off of water, and then basically heat my greenhouse and stuff like that. He was like, you can take any like diesel tractor and kind of turn it to anything. And then he sent me the plan and everything. And my wife was like, "Oh no, you going to prison? don't do that." Like I was like, "Why?" Like it's free. Like, it's just like I don't know. Anyway, but you can do a lot. Yeah. You can do a lot with diesels, though.
Yeah, you wonder why some of these ideas don't get out a little quicker, huh?
Yeah.
Well, awesome, Malcolm. Dude, it's been great catching up. Thanks for lending your experience to us. Like we sure appreciate it, and I think it'll be helpful in compiling some good resources together to help farms in the future. A little bit of logistical stuff. Who should we make your check out to? This first $1,000 check to you or Yellow Mountain Garden?
Oh, you can make it out to Yellow Mountain Garden.
Okay, cool. And what's your best mailing address? Is it the
335 Mountain Air? Do you got that one?
I know I have the 222 Clark Chapel.
Yeah, that's the farm address, but they don't have a mailbox. But just send it to 335 Mountain Air Road.
Okay. Is that still Franklin?
Yep, Franklin, North Carolina.
Cool. Let's see here. A few more specific things to you. We got your CIA application, and you saw the email from Larissa. She's out this week with family stuff, but we're gonna just to like bring you up to speed. We're gonna be giving you and you guys both put in applications to teach classes, and it only makes sense to kind of combine these two, I think. And
and that's the only thing I'm really kind of good at. I'm being honest. Just do.
So we're gonna give y'all some money for that. We just need to. Larissa needs to get back and just find a time that works for Yonder. Yeah. So we'll be giving y'all a little bit of a good chunk of money to teach classes both at Yonder and on farm. So
all right, that's awesome because me and Hannah, we have a good relationship, and her husband, I know them very well, so that'd be awesome. Okay.
Glad to hear it. Let's see here. We do. It's a PM workshop, sorry. We do have our next group meeting scheduled. Tentatively, I'll send out like a hard confirmation email, but it is, if you can make it, I know it's a haul for you, but I think it's going to be a really good one. And we want to see some folks in person. I think it'll be helpful. So I looked at all the survey results. We averaged out the scores, and by far the most popular workshop was that soil health, soil nutrients, and disease pressure post-flood. Like by far, that's what folks rated the highest. And so we're going to be doing that on farm at Gaining Ground Farm in Leicester. And I know it's a haul, but hopefully
we're gonna have to do it. I told my wife that y'all was doing the event, and she said I'm gonna have to support all y'all events. That's if you want to get something done, you hit her up. She's the enforcer. She makes me do everything. She said I gotta support y'all because y'all been there for me, so I gotta be there.
We've established you have to listen to her, right?
Yeah, I have to. I'm not gonna get no food. I can grow the food, but somebody gotta cook the food too.
Yeah, we all have our strengths for sure. Let's see here. So it'll be Thursday, May 26th from 3 to 5:30, and I'll send out an email about it in the future. But just kind of write that down. Save that time.
That's on the weekend, right?
Thursday.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Cool. And so that'll be at Gaining Ground Farm, and Craig Monty, the extension agent, will be leading it. So it'll be nutrient management after flooded soils. It'll be disease pressure, and then something else we're seeing here, and it's like a lot of folks are seeing some weird weeds pop up after storms. The seed bank gets all out of whack, and so like figuring out what to do with those new weeds that come in. So.
Okay. You say from 3:30 to 5:30, right?
3 to 5:30 roughly.
Okay.
And that's still a little bit malleable, but just save that general date and time.
No, that's perfect.
It'll be right around there.
That sounds like perfect my time, man. I love it.
Cool. It should be a really good one. And we're also going to have a little bit of time just for our group, our 9-member group, and then we had that initial application that was $500, and we're gonna invite all those folks as well, just because it's gonna be such a good workshop, and they all got flooded out too.
Yeah,
so,
that's great. If you ever want to host something out here, I got a friend got 75 acres. They won't charge us nothing, but it's just a good farm to do an event at because they got good entry. You know, it's like easy to get in, enough space to park. You know, it's like it's just set up perfect. You know, it's by the airport in Franklin too as well.
Who is that? Who is that?
They grandparents used to have the farm, and she inherits the farm, and they like, dang, what's their last name? Here, let me look.
Is it Anderson?
I think.
Is he part of the tribe or no?
Well, see, the tribe had something to deal with their land now, cause like basically their land was hunted or something like that. I'm trying to think her maiden name. You know, she married an out of towner, so you maybe would not know them. But they don't have it registered as a farm. It's not like an operating farm. It's basically like her grandma, they used to farm there. Her grandparents, her granddad, they used to farm there. But it's like still like cut down, managed very well, and everything. And I think they just moved back into Franklin, and you know they just trying to meet cool people to do different events with, that do stuff out there because they into like video production or something like that. Because I got them booked for the film festival. They was gonna do the film festival at their farm, but somehow they changed. I don't know. The film festival changed up because they was doing it in Georgia, like North Georgia, and then they was gonna do it at their farm, but I forgot her original maiden name, but I don't know. But anyways, I got off topic. They land was like hunted because like it used to be like a ritual area for Indians. And they used to have like, they say stuff used to be moving in the house and everything. And they had to like come out there and get like the Indians like to pray over it and do all kind of stuff, man. It's nuts, man. They was telling me the full story. I was like, wow.